This video will show you how to make maple leaves. I've broken it down into a geometric pattern for you to follow. Here I have it in an inlay of a channel bracelet. This one has not been coated with resin or sanded. This one has been coated. I've layered quite a few leaves on top of one another. You could separate them out to see the distinct leaves better if you'd like. So here's the pattern. That last little leaf is 1/8. So the first thing you will do is cut off 1/8 and set that aside. Now this section is repeated 3 times, so we'll only make it once. It has a big section and then that little section at top. So we will take the remainder of our log, cut off about 2/5, so it's smaller, but when it's reduced, it will stretch to the same size. This one I'm going to make a right triangle or maybe an even bigger angle. So it's a wide angle there at the bottom. I'm pinching it there between my thumbs. That'll needs to be at least a 90-degree angle. Now it's the same size as the other one. And this one is, you pinch it like a diamond shape, except it's hard to explain. One corner goes up and the other corner goes down. So it's important that this side right here is very diagonal. Pinch it really sharp. This one's harder to pinch, but pinch all 4 corners and flatten all 4 sides. And then it should fit snugly onto the triangle. And there you have that half of the leaf shape. And once they're together, you can reduce and form them again. So this is the shape we're going for. Now we cut it into 3 sections. The first 2 go together. Pinch those ends together so that they're really nice and firm. You're gonna have to flatten it and really work on the angles, because when we set this up against the other one, we want it to be going up at the right angle away from it so that there's still room for that last little leaf. And this is the center of the leaf, so it needs to be nice and flat where it hits the table. And so now I'm going to take what's left, form that into a diamond, really nice and sharp, and reduce it as I go until it fits snugly into the bottom of the leaf with room left over for the stem. Now the packing is always very important. It will determine the shape of your cane as much as anything else will. So practice with different shaped triangles. I make plenty of the triangle and just cut off the excess. I'm just going to keep pushing and pulling that and changing the angle until it fits perfectly into that, the angle in between the parts of the leaf. This was the same triangle when it was bigger, a bigger part of it. Really look at those angles. There I've tucked in the last little one at the bottom, a right angle triangle. Now you know how maple leaves, they're more curved at the top? So I'm going to force a curve by putting in a rounded packing. I could have also pinched the curve a little bit prior to this as well. But when that gets reduced and packed down, those rounded bits of clay will force a little bit of a curl. You may or may not notice it. It's so tiny it might not matter. But there, as I'm pinching it, it gives it a little bit more interesting shape. So there's still one section where my left forefinger is that hasn't been filled in, and that part of the recording got deleted somehow. So up in the upper left-hand corner, there still needs to be one more triangle there to kind of round the whole thing out. There you see I've tucked it in there, and I'm just going to cover the whole thing with a very thin sheet of translucent. Oops, I have an air bubble, but I think I can work that out. Cut it in half. And all that's left is a little stem. See that teeny little stem? And tucked in there. And there's my maple leaf. It can be reduced in this shape.